Welcome back to the Pen and Inkwell. So thank you for joining me for something a little more special tonight. I'm a little apprehensive isn't the right word, but when I was sent this pen to have a look at, this is going to be part of the United Inkton Reviews, our meta review site. So head on over to there and have a look at my colleagues' opinions of this pen as well. While I say this pen is new to me, very new to me, this sort of pen is very new to me. Those of you that have watched me recently, you'll know that I have a preference for extra fine nibs. You'll know that I have a preference for quite sort of bright coloured pens. I got sillily excited over a new pink pen recently. This is very classic, but certainly not understated. This is a British pen and very proud to have it as part of the United Inkton. I think it sort of actually links very nicely with that. It is, as I said, it is new to me because of how different it is. I haven't used a pen like this, I haven't used a pen this size, and I haven't used a pen to this cost and price. The price is justified through the materials that go into this, through the work that has been put into keeping this pen going. So this is a Conway Stewart. It is by Bespoke British Pens, who have founded sort of recently and are modelling the Conway Stewart pens on order and by design for people, and this is the Winston that I'm going to be looking at now with you. As I said, it is a big pen, it's a very new pen. It's been sent to us with a 18 karat gold flex nib on it. It's the first time, other than I've used a Noodles Ahab with a flex nib on it, but this is the first gold true flex nib I've ever had to play with. My daughter was very excited to have a go at even sort of holding a pen like this and being able to use this pen. So I am going to turn this camera around and have a look at it, but just to show you very quickly, this is it. The materials are beautiful, but this is the Conway Stewart Winston, and I'm going to turn this off now and I'm going to look at it in more detail, and I hope to see you soon.
Welcome back. So I suppose let's put it out there. This is probably the first pen that I was at first apprehensive about reviewing. It is, whether it's because of the price of it, whether it's because I was just sort of unfamiliar with it, I'm not really sure. But it's a pen. At the end of the day, it is a pen. The fact that it retails at £449, which is more than I've spent on any pen, it's an amount of money that people do spend on pens, and it's an amount of money that I probably would spend on a pen at some point. I just haven't as yet. There are other things I've spent less money on that are, so, some people, I suppose, if you're not really into pens, wouldn't quite understand why you'd spend that sort of money on pens. But I do understand it, and bottom line, it is a pen, so I've got nothing to be afraid of. So let's have a look at this. So this is the Conway Stewart Winston. Well, this isn't. This is how it arrived to me. It has been given to us but to review by Bespoke British Pens. So Conway Stewart, as I'm taking this out, I'll let you know. Conway Stewart went bust, unfortunately, and their unfinished pens and their parts were bought up, and which has given us a great opportunity for Bespoke British Pens to be able to continue to manufacture British pens like this here in the UK, and actually, in England, and to be able to carry on producing pens like this. So this is the Winston, and let me just give you the dimensions that we're looking at here right now. So we're looking at, in total, 142 millimeters long with the cap on. Without the cap, it's 139 from the nib to the base of the pen. And it's a huge 178 millimeters if you post it. I wouldn't post it, I wouldn't choose to post it. It is possible to post it, but you would find it to be a very heavy pen. Talking about weight, this is 55 grams in weight with the cap on, and it's 42 grams even without the cap, so it is a heavy pen, and I'll let you know why. This pen does have brass lining the barrel of this pen, so that's why it's still heavy even without the cap. Some pens I've looked at, a lot of the weight tends to be in the cap. Once you take the cap off, they become lighter. This is still a heavy pen. I do like heavy pens, actually. They can be quite comfortable to write with, heavy pens, if they're balanced properly. So that's, you know, that's a good thing. So let's have a look at this inside. So let's have a look at this body. It is acrylic, and you will see there the wonderful sheen that you get from this fleck. This is the brown, and it's also available in the black, green and blue versions. And let's have a look at this now in more detail. So as we're having a look, and you can see these gold flecks that come through. I remember reading somewhere a little while ago that, you know, when you get to a certain price point with pens, as they get more expensive, what you're looking at then is the materials, the extra cost of the different materials. So whether that's the material that the pen is made from, whether it's wood, whether they're expensive metals, whether it's a solid silver pen, for example, expensive acrylics, expensive ebonite. This is a beautiful looking pen. Gold trim at the end here, gold trim around the end of the cap, and a gold clip. I like this clip. I like the fact that it's understated. This pen doesn't need to be any more elaborate as far as, you know, looking at this pen is concerned. The clip is serviceable, it's tight, you would be able to use it very well. The other thing that I like about this pen then is stamped, see that there, Conway Stewart Winston, and then the number of this pen, made in England. Because these parts were bought up, because they're sort of unfinished parts, they're unfinished pens, they are of course limited edition. Therefore, there isn't an unlimited amount of these available because it's what was left. However, you know, I don't know how limited that is, but you do have to order these pens through Bespoke British Pens. They take a little time, but everything beautiful and everything worth having is worth the wait, isn't it? And I think particularly if you're spending this sort of money, then it takes, you know, you should be prepared to wait for it, I suppose, to get it the way that you want it. So let's have a look inside. So let's unscrew this cap. So we have again a gold band here around the grip section, quite a long grip section, and that acrylic continues right the way through this section here. Still shining and beautiful and shimmery there. So let's have a look at this nib. This, while I said that the clip was understated and I didn't think it needed any more, this is where I think actually it needs something more, and I'll show you just my opinion. So this is an 18 karat gold, as it says there, 18 karat 750, and this is the medium flex nib. And it is plain, it just says 18K 750, and it has a Union flag printed on there. Personally, for me, I think it just needs something a little more decorative. My personal choice, I would have preferred to have seen quite an elaborate decorative nib on there. But again, that's personal choice. Some people will like the fact that it is plain, it's understated, and it's certainly saying we're British, you know, this is a British pen. So let's have a look at this filler system then. So we screw this off. This is a captive converter system. So we take this little blind cap off, and this, essentially what a captive converter is an inbuilt converter. So you can't take the converter out, you can't use cartridges, it is built into the pen. So you would just unscrew this as you would a normal converter and screw it back up. Which is nice as far as, you know, that it keeps everything all together. It keeps it tidy, keeps it smart. However, I think with a piston filler, the advantage with a piston filler is that you would be able to hold more ink in there. And, you know, if you had a normal cartridge converter system, you would be able to take it out, flush it through, and be able to use cartridges if you chose to do so. But, you know, however, it is smart, it is neat. And when this screws back on, you don't know it's there. So, you know, it's beautiful looking as far as that is concerned. Nib wise, as I said, this is an 18 karat gold medium flex nib. I'll go on to do a writing sample very shortly, but I will apologise now, or sort of, maybe not apologise, but give advance warnings. I don't have an awful lot of experience with using flex nibs. I have a colleague, Scribble, is very good at using them and absolutely loved the nib on this. So this is a medium. It also comes available as a fine flex or a broad flex, but you can also have a double broad 18 carat nib as well on there. I don't think there's really anything else to sort of say from there really. As I say, it retails at £449. Only you yourself can decide whether you choose to spend that sort of money on any pen, and that, I have to say, that is not specific to this pen. It is just the first pen that I've had that is worth that amount of money. It is absolutely beautiful. I can't take that away from it. I don't have that sort of money available to buy it, so I can't say whether it's value for money. I don't have a point of comparison. What I can say is it feels like it's worth the money. It feels like you've got a lot of money in your hand, or a lot of pen in your hand. It feels solid. The craftsmanship is excellent. It's been beautifully put together, and you can tell that time, care, love and everything else has been spent on this pen. And the weight of it, the size, it's beautiful. It's a nice size pen. I don't think it's gender specific. I don't think it's a man's pen. The fact that it's a big pen, I don't think it makes it particularly manly. I have small hands, and I find it very comfortable to use. It's not heavy. Well, it is heavy, but it's not too heavy. It is comfortable in your hand to use. So I'm going to do a writing sample and show you my best efforts with a flex nib. I'm laughing already. Any comments or questions you have, please ask me. If I can't answer them, I will certainly find somebody that can for you. I hope this has been valuable to you. This is part of the United Inkdom meta review, so there will be a fully rounded view of this pen written by the three of us, so you'll see two others' opinions of this pen as well. So I'm going to do the writing sample now and be back with you very shortly. Welcome back again. So this is the Conway Stewart Winston, and this is a flex medium nib. The ink is Cult Pens Deep Dark Orange. Do you know what? The fact that it's a flex, I haven't had any issues with writing with it. It writes very easily. I'd like to be a bit more artistic to know how to use it, but I'll show you as much as I sort of can as far as this flex is concerned on here. So, as you'd expect, a sort of fairly good line variation coming from that there. It's smooth, it writes really well. I haven't had any sort of, as soon as you get it going, it took a little while to get it sort of running through after it had been sent to me. It's quite wet. It puts down a lot of ink, as it would need to, I suppose, to be flexible. As I say, sometimes I go a little too hard and then it doesn't write from there. It's nice. I like it. If you like flex nibs, it's certainly worth you having a look at. It's definitely worth you heading over to their site and taking a look, because they also have the other models available. But I'm very grateful. I'm glad I got to use it, and it's certainly opened my eyes to a few new options available out there. I can't stop looking at the acrylic. I will miss that when this goes back now. But I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, anything you want me to have a look at, any ideas you've got, or any feedback. I'm happy to take it on board. So other than that, I will see you next time, and thank you very much.